Hello, today we are having Vanashree Singh from South Africa with us. She's a wonderful designer and owner of the brand Vanashree, and we are going to ask her several questions. Vanashree, you made such a long trip from South Africa to Russia. Which image of Russia did you have before coming here?
Well, I really didn't know what to expect. I've heard a lot about Russia. I've read a lot, watched movies, and I have a few friends from here. But this is my first time to this part of the world. I was very excited. I was looking forward to it. I phoned a lot of my friends or emailed them to let them know that I'm visiting Russia and do they have any contacts or friends or what should I do. But I'm really excited. It's been a very beautiful experience. I've really enjoyed visiting Moscow.
Can you tell about your brand and about your plans for the future?
Well, as you know, this is a new brand. It's based from, I suppose, on the ethos of promoting South African luxury and that we can have luxury goods coming out of South Africa because we have extremely talented craftsmen and artisans. And I've developed my brand around exotic leathers, so crocodile, python, stingray, and ostrich. And it's all leather goods, so handbags and leather accessories. That's been the main vision of the brand, and now I want to take it onto the international arena.
You want your brand to become international. Why Russia is an important country for your business development?
I think Russia is very important for business development because of their relationship with South Africa and the BRICS Association. So it's ideal to form this kind of relationship, and it happened in terms of timing that the CPM show was happening in Moscow, and I had an opportunity to come here, and it seems to be the perfect fit.
Vanashree, what is the main secret for business success?
You know, that question I think depends on many aspects, but one of the most important things is to have the passion and to have the interest in doing something and to stick to what you really like. And I think that is more the emotional side of business. And yes, the nitty gritty does come down to the end of the day, the finances and the economy and how the world works. But if you have the right thing and if you give it your best and you know what you're dealing with, I don't see why there shouldn't be success.
And what would you recommend to people who want to start their own business?
I think the most important thing is to believe in themselves. It's not always easy, like any business in the world, and I think you can ask the most successful businessmen. There's always the ups and there's always the challenges. So with success does come challenges, and you need the challenges to make the success and to rise above it. It will be a lot of hard work, but if you have the passion and you really believe in what you're doing, it's also a lot of fun.
And what do you think, what is the main mistake people make when they do their own business?
You know, I really can't say what one specific mistake would be. I think it would depend on circumstances in terms of what they're doing. But doing good research, knowing your market, taking risks, it's also important to take a risk. So you need to make sure that you have a balance in any business, and in order to be successful, it's to understand what your situation is, understand what the outside environment is to the business, and how much you can put in and where you're prepared to take the risks. And as I said earlier as well, is to have that passion to believe and to be patient. Sometimes things are done too quickly, or we get scared. So it's just the understanding of having that patience and taking the risks. You need to make sure that you make your client happy, whether it's a service industry, whether it's a retail industry or a manufacturing industry. The client is the most important at the end of the day. And if you know you have a good product or you have a good service and you're giving them the benefit of what it is and going the extra mile, not to cut yourself short from that.
And what is your main achievement in your life?
I have a few achievements, I think, but I think my main achievement would be my family, my children, and my husband, and the inspiration that they give me to do what I'm doing.
And can you tell about your mistakes?
I always look at a mistake as a learning experience, and I think everybody needs to do that. Mistakes are stepping stones to get you into the right direction because you know you won't do that again, or that's not the way you would do that again. Um, I think one of the mistakes I've made with it was when it was time that I should have moved on from a business, but I held on because I felt like the business was my baby. You know, when you start something off, or you get too attached or too emotional in from a business point of view, it is important to know when to move on.
What is your favorite city and why?
Well, I have a few favorite cities in the world. As you know, I travel extensively. Uh, in South Africa, I love Durban. That's my hometown. And warm oceans, beautiful. Our winters are like summers in the rest of the world. Then I love Paris in France. You know, it's just one of the most seductive and romantic cities in the world. And I love New York in America because it's got so much energy and vibe. And then I love London because there's just something so classy about London. And now I must say I haven't seen the rest of Russia, but there's something about Moscow that also has some great energy. Just the beautiful architecture, and you know, going to the Red Square, and hopefully one day I'll make it to the Bolshoi because I'm looking forward to coming back.
And what is the inspiration behind all this?
I think my inspiration is to do something that makes a difference. If you think of the businesses that I've started, like Fashion Week, which was to promote young designers of South Africa, local designers in Durban, to make a difference in their lives. And I think when I look at the brand that I'm developing now, which is my brand, but really at the end of the day, it's about creating an industry for extremely talented artisans that we have in our country, and a trade that is slowly dying, and to ensure that we can grow this industry and we can grow this trade and make a difference, and to showcase South Africa from this point of view to the rest of the world. And I think also with my inspiration, which we never really spoke about much, is I'm very involved with an NGO, a charity in our country called Save the Children. It was Save the Children KwaZulu-Natal and Save the Children South Africa. I was the chairperson of Save the Children KwaZulu-Natal for almost 10 years. Our main aim was to make a difference to the young child. And you may know in South Africa, we have a very big HIV/AIDS problem in young children. So we run a lot of programs to help and assist with education and early childhood development, and yeah, helping young children from underprivileged backgrounds throughout the country.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I wish you success in everything you do. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Yulia, for making my trip to Russia, to Moscow, a very pleasurable one. I don't think I would have enjoyed my experience as much as I did if it wasn't for you and your professionalism and your team, and the fact that you're always willing to go the extra mile to make things work. And I think you are really a true asset and epitome to the Moscow culture and the people and the friendly people that I've met here.
Thank you. Always welcome to Russia.
Thank you very much.